Okay, so this is our next video based on our AWS services. In this, we will again look on the EC2, but we will look on the EC2 EBS. So EBS is basically the elastic block store, a kind of a volume which is attached to the EC2. So before directly jump into the EBS, so let's create the one's EC2 instance, or we can say that like go to the EC2 dashboard. So within the EC2 dashboard, we can see like a lot of options here, instances. So under the instances, like we can like create our virtual machine, right? But if you scroll down, we could see the one of the block which is called a EBS. EBS means elastic block store. So elastic block store is a kind of a volume, like you can say a disk or drive which generally attached with the uh, virtual machine or the EC2 instance which we have created. Like when we created the EC2 instance, so it one drive will be attached with them, but we can attach like multiple drives with that. So that is called as the EBS. But there is a difference between the drives and the EBS drive. So what the difference is, like on our local computer, so let's suppose you have like you are running some computer, your local computer, so you have some drive like C drive, D drive, E drive. So that is your local drive, so which is related to your only computers, and the syntax should be like C/Windows, right? It could be Windows. So this kind of drive is called the local drive. But the EBS is a kind of a network drive. So network drive generally like start with the like file, right? Home, like any directory, any path. So in our like generally companies, so when the company like issued you some laptop, so they generally store the data onto the share like these kind of drives, like network drives. And when we attached this network drive to our in our local computer with some like drive character, then it is called as a mapped drive. So basically we have attached the network drive with, basically we assign some letter to that drive, then it's called as a like map drive, but basically it is called as a network drive. So EBS is also called as a network drive. So in our company, so you see like they have a lot of computers, and you are accessing those computer, and you are accessing the company's data. So that data will be only available on their computer and using their network. So it has own advantage and it has own disadvantage. The advantage is so firstly we can see the disadvantage. So disadvantage is, let's suppose if the network goes down, then no one in the company can able to access the particular data, because the data is available on the network. Data is available coming from the network, because this is the network drive. So this is the disadvantage. But the advantage is like we can restrict it to only to one network. We can't like move it to one network to another network. Okay, so the EBS is the same thing. Okay, so if you click on the volumes, right now we don't have any volumes, like, so if you even refresh it, we don't have any volume. So let's create an EC2 instance in a normal way, which we are doing, and we will use the free tier only. So just click next, and we will use the free tier instance type, that is a T2 micro, which give us 1 CPU and 1 GB of memory. So click next, and we will keep all the things like same. If you want to put any user data, you can put user data is basically script, but we will not put, we give next. So the next section is storage. So this is the storage, and this storage is basically called the EBS. If you read the description, your instance will be launched with the following storage devices. So by default, like whenever any instance will be launched, so there should be one storage attached. So that storage is called as root storage. You can attach additional EBS volume. So we can attach the additional EBS volume. There is only one type, that is the EBS volume, right? So we can attach the additional EBS volume, and instance store volume to your instances, and to edit the settings, so you can attach additional EBS volumes. So basically we can attach the additional volume. But by default, when we launch the EC2 instance, only the root volume will be there, and the type is D. And by default, root volumes is like set this like checkbox is like checked. That is the delete on termination. Basically, what it means is, when we terminate our virtual machine, automatically the attached storage will be get deleted. If you uncheck it, then if we let's suppose if we store some data, then we have to pay some amount of if we have used it. We can attach the new volume, but before attaching the new volume, first we will check whether in the free tier are we eligible to use to the new volume, to the some free amount of space, like for the EC2 instance. As part of the free tier, we can use the 750 hours of virtual machines in per month. So what could be the limit for the EBS volume? So we can use like we can check AWS free tier slots. So if you go to the AWS free tier slots, just scroll down, and here type EBS. So you can see storage. So elastic block storage. So we can use 30 GB of the storage, and that is only general purpose SSD, which will be attached with our EC2 instance. So we can use the 30 GB. Okay, so 30 GB we can use, so we don't have to worry about the charges. So you can attach the new volume. But right now we are not attaching the new volume. We will just launch the instance as is. Okay, so there are like multiple times. So they said we have to use the general purpose SSD as part of the free. We can't use the IOPS. That is because this is for the high processing. So and I believe we can use the magnetic as well. So let me again check AWS free tier slot, and if we scroll down, yeah, EBS, that is the elastic block storage, and scroll down. So we can use the 30 GB of Amazon EBS, any combination general purpose or magnetic. So we can use the both the general purpose and the magnetic as part of the free storage, free tier. But we can't use the IOPS. If you use the IOPS, then you have to pay. So better you have to use the like general purpose SSD GP2 or the magnetic. So we are using the GP2 SSD as part of the root. So we are not attaching an EBS. This is the default one only, and the default one is automatically delete on termination. But if you try to attach the new volume, so I just click on the add new volume, and automatically it come EBS. But you notice the delete on termination is unchecked. So it means root will be default as marked as checked, but the other will be not checked. So if you want to make it checked, you can check. Otherwise, you have to manually like delete your volume as well. So let's delete that. Let's launch the installs. So make sure you should add the tags always. So let's give the EBS something EBS demo, and give another tag owner. Okay, so next, configure security group. So we are not using any like script. So we don't need our HTTP or HTTPS rules. We can use that HTTPS maybe like in our coming videos. Maybe like we will logged in. So let's do the SSH. Otherwise, even we don't need the SSH as well. So review and launch. So launch it. We can create a key pair, because if we have to log in uh, using our terminal, and we want to restrict to us only, or who has that particular key, then we need the key pair. Otherwise anyone can log in. So download the key pair. Okay, so this key pair already exists, so give it some different name, EBS. Okay, and launch it. Oh sorry, create a new pair, EBS2, download it and launch it. So we have created the instance, and it will be get started automatically. So this is the terminated thread. So this is the one which we have like just started, and you will see like the by default it is like executing in the EU West 2B, because here we have selected the London zone, EU West 2. That is a region. So these are the region, basically EU West 2. Within the region there could be multiple zones. So it is picking EU West 2B. So now it gets started. So if you click on this and go to the storage option, under the storage you could see only right now we have only uh, one device attached, which is the default device, that is the root device. And here is the volume ID, which is of 8 GB. And if you scroll down, delete on termination flag is yes. And now if you go to the EBS and volumes, and if you refresh it, now you could see the one volume here. Earlier you are not able to see the volume here, right? So because when we launch the instance, by default it will attach some EBS, that is the elastic block storage, or we can say basically volume. So a volume will be attached, and we will able to see. But let's create a new volume. So there are two ways to create a volume. If you want to attach the volume with the EBS demo, so while even launching the instance we can add a storage. Or let's suppose I am creating a volume separately, like, right? So let's create a volume. So when I say I create a volume, I am creating a a drive. So that drive doesn't mean I am attaching with the EC2 instance. So it is basically a separate drive. So just create on the create volume. So we will, because we are using the free tier, so we will use a general purpose because it is free tier. Let's keep it 1 GB only. And here we have to use the availability zone. So let's select the EU West 2B because our EC2 instance is running on the EU West 2B. Okay. And give some tags as well. So name is the EBS London, or you can say West 2B. Okay. And give the owner as well. Okay. Create volume. So now you can see like our volume has been created. So name is, I think, the not come, maybe because we give small name, but it should be the capital name. The key is capital name. So let's manually give EU West 2B. Okay. So now it is available. All right. But it is available, it is not attached with any instance. So if you have to attach with the any instance, just click on it and right click on it. So you could see the attach volume. So click on the attach volume. Now we can attach to our EC2 instance. So we are attaching this extra volume which we have created, that is basically EBS volume which we have created with our EC2 instance. So click on the attach volume. So now it will get attached. So now we could see the same instance ID. Or if you go to the instances and click on the EC2 instance and go to the storage section, now you could see two volumes. So one volume is for 8 GB, which is the default one, that is the root, and one volume is the 1 GB which we created. And if you scroll down, the delete on termination flag is yes for this. So if we terminate our EC2 instance, so the root volume will be automatically get deleted. But but the new volume which we have just created and attached to our the EC2 instance, it will not get deleted. So make sure you have to delete it separately. Otherwise, after the 30 GB of the storage, like you have to pay the amount. Okay. So these are the two things. The other thing is, other very important thing is, whatever the EBS volume, so basically the EBS volume which you are creating is restricted to a particular zone. So what it means is, if I created my EBS volume in, so let me show you again. So go to the volumes. So if my created the volume in EU West 2B, I can attach that volume only to those EC2 instances which are running on the EU West 2B. I can't attach to those EC2 instances which are running on some another zones. So to see as an example, so let's create an one more volume, but this time we will create in a some different instance. So give it a 2 GB just to differentiate. And so rather than 2B, we will create in a 2A. Okay. And give the tag name EBS EU West 2A. Okay, and give the owner as well. Okay, and create a volume. So now we have the three volume. So out of three volume, two are running. So this is just creating right now. So after few seconds, you will see it will be available. Yeah, now it is available, but it is not attached. So it is a separate. We have not attached with the an instance. So the first one is the root one, which is by default created when we create the EC2 instance. Second one is the one which we have created separately but within the same region, and because we have created in the same not a region but with even with the zone, so we have created in the same zone, so that's why we can attach it into the ec2 instance. And the third one we created in the same region but the zone is different. So region is same, that is EU2, that is the London only, but the zone is different to us. So we will see whether we can attach to the ec2 instance or not. So select it, click on it, attach volume. Now in the drop down list you could see I am not able to see my EC2 instance, and it's in no matching running or stop instances in AWS 2A. So EBS volumes are basically you can say zone restricted. So if we create one volume in any zone, so we can attach that particular volume to only that EC2 instance which is available in the same zone. But let's suppose if there is any requirement to attach this volume to some another instance which is running on some another zone. So for that what we have to do, we have to create the snapshot of the existing volume, and then we have to use the snapshot, but we can't directly attach that. So snapshot is a different topic we will cover in the upcoming videos. So this is very important point which will come generally in the exams. So if we create the EBS volume in the zone A, whether we can attach the particular volume with the EC2 instance which is running in the some different zone. So we can't attach. If we want to attach, we have to create the snapshot. Okay, so let's cancel it. So let's delete. Okay, so one more thing, okay, let's delete this because it is of no use because we can't attach it. So to delete this, just select it, go to actions and delete volume. So that's gone. Okay, and one more thing we have to see. So right now if you go to the instances and on this instance, so here we can see delete on termination root is yes, but the new one is no. So let's try to terminate our EC2 instance. So click on the EC2 instance which we want to terminate. uh, Go to the instance state, terminate instance. So you can see the on and EBC backend state the default actions for the EBS root volumes to be deleted. When the EBC to confirm the action, just terminate. So it is shutting down, and after few seconds it will get terminated. So let's wait for few seconds. And if you go to the volumes, so right now we have both the volumes available, but as soon as EC2 instance will get terminated, we will not able to see our root volume. Yeah, now it is terminated. So if you go to the volumes and do refresh, so the root volume which is of 8 GB, that is gone because that is marked as a checked, that is delete on termination. So when we create the EC2 instance, we marked as a checked. By default it is checked as well, but we have not marked it unchecked. If we want to persist the data, we can uncheck that. So we have to be very careful, right? So so now we have seen if the flag is particular check and we delete our EC2 instance, the particular attached volume will be get deleted, but this volume is not get deleted because when we create the instance, so when we create this particular we have created this particular volume separately, right? So and even if we have to create via like when we are creating the EC2 instance. So at that time, under the storage section, there is an option to attach the new storage. So when we attach the new storage, by default it will come with the EBS, that is the EBS storage, elastic block storage. And by default the delete on termination is like unchecked, so we can either mark it check or either mark it unchecked, or it's up to our like use case. So let's okay, one more thing I want to tell you. So if you see here, that is a multi attach. So multi attach means, so right now multi attach is no, right? So it means, when we create, let's suppose we have created two EC2 instances, right? And both are running on the EUS 2B, that is on same zone. And we have created one volume that is running on the same zone only, EUS 2B. So basically two EC2 instances running on the EUS 2B, and the volume is also created on the EUS 2B. So if we attach our EC2 instance with one volume, we can't attach it, no, not sorry volume, like if we attach our EBS volume to one EC2 instance, we can't attach the same volume to the another EC2 instance. So basically we can't attach the same volume to the multiple EC2s. So that is the multi attach, but this is not uh, always be the true, because there are multiple types of the like EBS volume. So as I show you, as part of the free tier, we are only using the general purpose or the magnetic, but they are IOPS, right? IOPS 1 and IOPS 2. So for the IOPS, if the volume is IOPS, then it supports the multi-attach facility. But the standard one is not supporting the multi-attach facilities. Okay, so let's select it and delete that. Okay, now we don't have anything, and within the instance all the instances get terminated. So because we have to make sure like everything is clean up. And within the security group, like the security groups are getting created whenever like we are creating the instance, so we can delete that as well. And we are creating the keys as well, so there is a key pair as well, so we can delete the keys as well. Okay, so now everything in no volumes, right? And so we don't have any volume under the instance. We don't have any instance which is running or either stopped, because these are terminated. And it will be on your like dashboard for few couple of minutes, but after maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it will also get disappeared. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Thank you.